Pink Floyd, The Wall, Wish You Were Here, Dark Side of the Moon, or Animals. What's their greatest album? Now I'm going to go with Animals. Um, Back in probably 1977, I was delivering newspapers. It might have been, yeah, and I'm pretty sure it was around that time. So I was delivering newspapers, Philadelphia Inquirer. There was snow on the ground. I think we were off from school, but I still had delivered papers. But I was heading home from my route, and I was crossing the street and in the development, and sitting on top of the snow, like undisturbed snow, was Pink Floyd Animals. I didn't have a 8-track player to play it on, but my brother did, so I put it in my bag, my paper bag, brought it home, and it really, no snow got into the thing, surprisingly. It wasn't like there was any damage to it. It would look like a brand new tape, almost, with the exception it wasn't in a package or anything. It was as if someone threw it out the car window or something. And I took it home and gave it to my brother, and I thought, like, oh, he's going to love this, because he's got an 8-track player, and it's like, yeah. So I'm waiting to hear what he's going to say about it. So later in the day, he gives me a report. He goes, it's nothing but a bunch of pigs, sheep, and dogs making sounds on here. I said, oh, really? I said, that sucks. I said, oh, that's why someone got rid of it. They didn't want it. They just threw it on the ground or whatever. So I never really gave Pink Floyd another thought until probably around 7th grade. And in the school, we were having an assembly at school in the cafeteria, so we were there for something, and I forget what it was, but they were playing Pink Floyd Time, and this was like the first time I heard Time. The first time I heard Time. And everyone like there, like all the kids were like rallying, like, yeah, this song's great, Pink Floyd. And I was like, whoa. I said, it's like, well, where did I hear that name before? Oh, it's that Animals album. So, and they're saying, yeah, this is Dark Side of the Moon. So I walked to my local Clover store, and that was our like Walmart back in the day. It was a mile from home, so I walked there. For $5, I bought Dark Side. So I bought the vinyl, because that's all I had. I think I had an Emerson stereo system. Bought that, I took it home, and I listened to it. And I opened the fold, and I was like really impressed. It came with a poster and everything, like a poster of the 4 members of Floyd. The fold out had all these pictures and everything, and the album had that prism. Like, I'm loving this. Fast forward probably around Christmas time, either that year or the next year, my brother gives me for Christmas, he gives me The Wall. And I'm kind of like excited about it. I'm thinking, well, it's probably not going to be anything like Dark Side. Dark Side is an awesome album, but at this time I really didn't hear anything from The Wall at this point. And probably because I was listening to really radio a whole lot, and the stations I was listening to probably wasn't like the regular rock station. I think I was listening to Wi-Fi 92, and I don't think they were playing a whole lot of Floyd. So he got it for me. Christmas Day, I get that. I'm kind of excited. I go outside at Christmas Day, and the neighbors are outside, my friends, and the first thing they asked me, like when I went over to walk over to them, was like, "Did you get The Wall too?" I was like, "What do you mean? Like, oh, you mean the album?" I said, "Yeah. How'd you know?" And they were like, John Johnson was like, "Yeah, I got it for Christmas. Tommy got one for Christmas. You got one for Christmas." He goes, "Everyone got The Wall for Christmas." I was like, "Oh, okay." I said, "Well, okay. I'm not feeling left out now. This is pretty cool." So I think I started listening to it. Maybe not that day on Christmas, but now I'm starting to really like Floyd. I was like, this is 2 albums I like by them, and it's like, this is really good. And now I'm going to Clover again. It's like I got to buy some more Floyd. But the one I'm avoiding is Animals, because I was already given like the negative, the thumbs down about it. It's like nothing but a bunch of pigs, sheep, and dogs, like making noises on there. I was like, I don't want to get that one. And so I get Amagama, and I think I finally get Wish You Were Here, and then finally, I I said, you know, it's people are talking about this. They're saying this is actually a pretty good album. Like they're talking about it like it's like. I was like, no, what do you mean? It sucks. But I'm saying it from someone else's standpoint. And so I finally get it, and I fall in love with this album. I was like, whoa, this is like really, really good. And yeah, while there's sound effects of dogs, sheep, and pigs on there. This is like something different. And he like my brother totally missed it, but he wasn't listening to anything like that. He was listening to Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Chicago. No, man, this is really good. And he just didn't say it. But I would revisit that album so many times because I would get rid of it. I started at the time. I started getting into the Bible, and I just felt like the lyrics to this album. Once I learned the lyrics to it, and it was kind of like the two conflicted each other because not a wah wah pedal, but a talk box effect where they're actually talking through it. And I didn't know what it said. If you listen to that part in that song where they have the talk box, it's Psalm 23, a really messed up version of Psalm 23. And so I had to get rid of it at that point. But I would buy it again. Eventually, I think I got the CD, and then I gave it away or something. And then finally, in the 90s, there was a DVD with Roger Waters performing performing live, and I think I had just bought it. I think I got it off Amazon or something like that, and I didn't know what songs it was. Oh, it's Roger Waters, but it was the whole Animals from beginning to end. Pigs on a Wing, Part One, all the way to the outro. Pigs on a Wing. This is even better than the album, this live version, and but I would just keep on revisiting this album. And here I am today listening to it on YouTube, a version of outtakes. And it's actually pretty impressive if you look it up. Um, Animals by Pink Floyd, outtakes. And I wish this was available on CD or something, just so I could own a copy of this because you don't know how long this is going to be available on there. The outtakes are just like totally different than the version that's on the original recording, but that's all I got. Bye.